Hello friends, now we'll study virtual memory. Okay, what is the virtual memory? What is the meaning of virtual memory actually? Okay, actually the virtual meaning is what? Not physically existing. Okay, not physically existing. Okay, as such, but made by software to appear to do so. Okay, made by software to appear to do so. Okay, so what some virtual memory is something which appear to be present. Okay, but actually it is not. Okay, physically it is not present, but software made such a way that okay it seems to be present. The user feels that okay the memory is present, but physically it is not present. Clear, no? So the virtual memory technique allows users to use more memory for the program than the real memory of computer. Okay, so what virtual memory techniques allows? Okay, it allows the user to use more memory for the program. Okay, suppose assume the program is very big. Okay, the real memory is not sufficient. Okay, then virtual memory technique okay allows user to okay use more memory space. See example here. Okay, so here, so this is the physical memory, this is the RAM. Okay, this is the RAM here. Okay, sometime what happens if the program is big, sometimes this RAM is not sufficient. Okay, so the virtual memory okay, so it is physical not present. Okay, but its software made it to okay that user feel that it is present. Okay, so here the memory of this physical memory RAM is less. Okay, this virtual memory space is more. Okay, assume physical memory is assume 4 GB, but virtual memory is like 200 GB, 500 GB like this. Okay, if user demands more, okay, so you get more memory. Clear, no? So it is limited. Okay, example RAM is 4 GB, 8 GB limited, but virtual memory is not limited. Clear, no? Okay, as much you want you can get the memory. Okay, clear, no? Okay, that's the concept of virtual memory. Okay, see here. So clear, no? So example main memory is 4 GB, but virtual memory like about 200, 500. Okay, depends upon the user. So the programmer can write okay, so the programmer can write a program which requires more memory than the capacity of the main memory. Okay, if the capacity of main memory is 4 GB, that is not sufficient. Example, the user want more, the programmer want more memory. Okay, so using virtual memory concept, okay, it's also called logical memory. Okay, using the concept, the program can write okay of any size. Clear, no? Okay, so it's very helpful to the programmer. It helps to the user. Clear, no? Okay. Such program is executed by virtual memory technique. Okay, the programmer can write program which requires more memory. Okay, the programmer want more memory than the capacity of the main memory. Main memory capacity is limited. Example 4 GB. Okay, such programs is executed by virtual memory technique. By using virtual memory technique, it may be 500 GB, maybe more, it can like capacity of hard disk capacity. Okay, so okay, it's an illusion. Okay, the virtual memory physical not present, but programmer feel that okay, so it is present, it appears. Okay, actually it's a technique. Okay, it's a software technique. It is clear, no? Okay, so here, so the virtual memory contain so many pages. Okay, then there is a memory map, then there is a physical memory. Okay, then there is a disk. Okay, so this diagram shows the virtual memory is larger than the physical memory. The virtual memory is larger than the physical memory. Clear, no? Okay, what the figure shows? What the figure shows? Diagram showing virtual memory that is larger than physical memory. What diagram shows? Virtual memory, this virtual memory is larger than the physical memory. Okay, so what happens here? So virtual memory store in memory map. Clear, no? Okay, so whenever RAM wants, okay, that transfer to RAM. Okay, if it is not present in the RAM, okay, if RAM don't want, okay, then it transfer to disk. Okay, even virtual memory send the information to the RAM, okay, or to the disk, or it take from disk or it take from RAM also. Clear, no? Sometimes here RAM is limited capacity. The RAM capacity is what limited. Okay, so what happens? So okay, you have to get from the disk. Okay, you learn some page replacement algorithm, no? Okay, in that if there is a page is present in the RAM, then no replacement, no exchange. Okay, if page is not present in the RAM, then you take from disk. Okay, okay, if it is not present in the RAM, it is called page fault. You remember that one. In previous video, I explained about that. Okay, so clear, no? Okay, so virtual memory helps the programmer. Okay, so if the programmer is big, he can execute the program in virtual memory. Okay, if the program is, if the capacity, if the memory is less in physical memory in RAM, then programmer can execute in virtual memory. Okay, clear, no? Next. So what are the benefits? Okay, what are the benefits? Logical address space can therefore be much larger than the physical address space. So here the logical address space is much larger than the physical memory. Next, allows add space to be shared by several processes. Add spaces to be shared by several processes. Okay, so here the process can share. Okay, these two are the process. Okay, can share some data. Clear, no? Okay, these are the process. Okay, can share the data by several processes. More programs running concurrently. Okay, so if we have more space, more memory space, okay, many programs can run concurrently. At a time can run concurrently. If the memory capacity is less, you can't run. You have to wait. Okay, you have to wait. If the more memory space, you can run the program concurrently. Okay, less I/O needed. Okay, next advantage is less I/O needed to load or swap process in and out of RAM. Okay, so here see, if every time if I/O request come, you have to go to that particular place and come. It takes time. Okay, if you have more memory space, okay, so then less I/O is required here. Again, not necessary to go to that particular I/O device. Okay, clear, no? Next we learn virtual address space. What it is virtual address space? Okay, the figure below shows virtual address space shown in figure 9.2. So this is your virtual address space. Okay, virtual address space here. Clear, no? Here it contains stack, heap, okay, data, code. Okay, this is the address location 0 to that maximum. That is virtual address space. Okay, clear, no? So here the figure below shows virtual address space. Okay, this figure. Clear, no? Then a great hole in the middle of the address space is never used unless the stack and the heap grows to fill the hole. Okay, this is the hole. This part is the hole. Okay, okay. Actually, it is what never used unless if stack grows. If a stack grows downwards. Okay, and heap grows upwards. Okay, heap memory, no, it's a dynamically allocates. Okay, so heap goes upside, stack goes downside. Okay, this is the hole. Clear, no? Unless the stack and the heap goes to fill the hole. Note in figure 9.2 that we allow heap to grow upward in memory as it is used for dynamic memory allocation. Okay, heap goes upward as it is used for dynamic allocation. Then Similarly, we allow for the stack to go downward in memory through successive function call. Okay, stack goes downwards by successive function call. Clear? No? Okay. Then you get more virtual memory space. Then virtual memory also allows sharing of files and memory by multiprocessors with several benefits. Okay, virtual memory allows the sharing of files and memory by multiprocess with several benefits. Okay, if there are two processes out there. Okay, so this is the virtual memory. This part is the virtual memory. Clear? No? This part is the virtual memory. Okay, by the different processors share the some shared libraries. Okay, some libraries are shared. Clear? No? This is shared memory. So virtual memory allows sharing of files and memory by multiprocessors with several benefits. What are the benefits? Processors can store virtual memory by mapping the same block of memory to more than one process. Okay, to more than one process can share virtual memory. Okay, by mapping the same block of memory. Second advantage is process pages can be shared during the fork system call. Okay, there is a system call fork. Okay, so there the process pages can be shared. Okay, these pages can be shared between the processors. Okay, this is two processes. Even you can share among many processors. Then system libraries can be shared by mapping them into virtual address space. System libraries can be shared by mapping them into virtual address space. Okay, this library function can be shared by shared memory. Clear? No? Okay, this concept about virtual memory. Okay, the virtual memory can be implemented via demand paging and demand segmentation. Okay, in next video you are going to learn okay virtual memory how to implement it via demand paging. Clear? No? Okay, thank you.